Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Yo Gotti. Now, Yo Gotti had a concert in his hometown of Memphis, and it looks like there were some issues there. And there were supposed to be a shooting, man, that took place, or allegedly there was a shooting that was about to take place until MPD hopped into action. Now, Yo Gotti has yet to comment on the situation, but this is wild to say the least because it looks like it started from a whole couple getting into an argument and spread out to something way different and more dangerous to the community. You know what I'm saying? Now, before we break down the whole story and get to the specifics, do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this Yo Gotti situation at his concert, man. So it looks like Yo Gotti was at the FedEx Forum, trying to tear the stage down. Probably had all his artists about to come out, do it big for his hometown, man. And then tragedy struck almost, right? If it wasn't for the law enforcement on hand, man, this thing could have got out of hand, to be real with you. Now, let's talk about this story. So in the headline of the story, it says this. It says, MPD stops potential mass shooting event at Yo Gotti concert. So those are some crazy words right now. Those are some big words. When you start talking mass shooting events and, concert shootings and stuff like that, there's a lot going on right now. Those are some real big buzzwords. So it goes to show that, man, this stuff can happen anywhere, and just to be watching your P's and Q's, you know what I mean? Now, they also added a mugshot of the alleged suspect in this situation, and I'm guessing it's this guy right here, you know what I mean? Now, the story starts off by saying this. It says the Memphis Police Department said a man has been charged after threatening to kill everyone coming from the FedEx Forum. Now, the FedEx Forum is a place in Memphis where they have a lot of events, a lot of things have taken place there, you know what I mean? And it's just, it's popular for people in Memphis to go there, to go to concerts and, go to, I believe, the Memphis Grizzlies play there as well. Don't hold me to that, but I know it's a lot that goes out at the FedEx Forum, you know what I mean? Now, the story also says police said it happened on Saturday, July 16th, 2022. At 2:48 a.m. on the 200 block of South Main Street. So early in the morning, you're talking about 2:48 a.m. The event was obviously about to come to an end. You know how these concerts go into the middle of the night sometimes. Usually, this is weird, because most concerts actually, they're ending by 12. So that the artist could get to the after party and get his payday there as well. So, you know what I mean? This is a relatively late event, or either the events that took place were well after the concert was over. You know what I mean? So the story continues by saying this. It says, MPD said they responded to an armed mental consumer call. Now, I'm not sure exactly what that is or entails, but based on what it says, it sounds like, an armed person who probably shouldn't have a weapon. You know what I mean? Now, upon arriving on the scene, officers were met by the suspect, Elijah Hyman, and his girlfriend. So it looks like the suspect was there with his girlfriend when they showed up. Now, Memphis police said Hyman appeared distraught because he and his girlfriend broke up. So this all because of some dude broke up with his girlfriend, man. You know what I'm saying? That's wild, man. I mean, everybody takes breakups differently, right? But god dang, man, you ain't got to go to all this, man, because your girl broke up with you. You know what I mean? Don't mess up the party for everybody else. Now, it also says officers were advised that since Hyman and his girlfriend's relationship was coming to an end, he wanted to kill different people and everyone he saw coming from an event being held at the FedEx Forum. Now, I'm not even sure if he was in attendance at the event or whatnot. He was just talking about people at the event. Now, this sounds like a dude who was probably just out in the middle of the street saying some wild stuff or the wildest thing that he could think of. But here's also where they added a police bulletin from Twitter, and it details the situation. Now, it says Memphis Police Department, and it says felony arrest on the 200 block of South Main Street, and it gives a report number and all that. And it says Memphis, Tennessee, on Saturday, July 16th, 2022, at 2:48 a.m., officers responded to an armed mental consumer call in the 200 block of South Main Street. Now, upon arriving on the scene, officers were met by the suspect, and it pretty much lists a lot of the information we already talked about. Now, they also go into detail to say that officers were advised that Hyman, who's the suspect in this case, had several weapons inside his apartment. Hyman was detained, placed in cuffs, and taken for medical treatment and evaluation. So it looks like they were looking out for his safety no matter what, even though he allegedly made some threats to the people who were attending the concert that had nothing to do with his relationship or nothing like that, right? Now, a search warrant was conducted on the apartment where Hyman resides, and several weapons were confiscated. The ATF was contacted. So it looks like, man, they could prove that he had the means, allegedly, to conduct or carry out the shooting that people are accusing him of. Now, that doesn't mean that he's guilty in this situation. It's just when they checked his apartment, they saw that he had all these weapons and stuff. It goes to show that, man, they probably swooped in at the right time, man, prevented something really terrible from happening. Now, police also said that Hyman was bleeding from his right hand, and as a result of being cut from a glass window inside of his apartment. So it looks like he had some sort of injury or whatnot, right? So police said that Hyman had several weapons inside of his apartment, and Hyman was detained, placed in cuffs, and taken for medical treatment and evaluation. Now, based on the information also in the news story, it looks like he was handcuffed and, he was arrested. So, and they got in contact with the ATF. So I don't know what other type of charges he's going to be looking at. But right now it looks like a felony charge, man. And this just goes to show that, everybody's outside. I get it. You outside, you're doing your thing, having fun, hitting these concerts, hitting these shows, hitting these clubs, all of that. It's just you got to keep your head on a swivel, man, because something that you have nothing to do with, something that has nothing to do with your life at all, might not even have to do with anybody at the event that you're at, could trigger something in somebody else and they could do something wild, man. I'm not trying to talk coded, but you guys get what I'm saying here, man. It's crazy that these situations can spawn out of control, and Yo Gotti's name is being thrown in this, and he probably doesn't need his name thrown in anything else, you know what I mean? Just to be honest. He's kind of on a positive trajectory right now because he just signed Glorilla. He just signed several other artists, man. It looks like, man, things are really up for him, man. And I no disrespect to Mozzie because he just signed Mozzie too. But it looks like pretty up for him, man. And things are going well for CMG. It's just like, man, when you have these events and these things, just anything can happen, man. Anything can happen, it seems like, man. But what do you guys think about this? Do you think that, there's any way of preventing things like this? Yo Gotti's name is getting thrown into this story all over the blogs, all over the news stories and stuff like that. But it really has nothing to do with him. It's just his concert. The event was in his hometown. He probably had no knowledge of what happened until later on when dude got arrested and it was on the news. And it's wild to say the least, man. Now, y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think, man. Like, what could prevent these things from happening in the future? Or is there a way to prevent? Because it might not be possible, you know what I'm saying? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.